Welcome to this presentation of the Indoor Football League on the IFL Network.
Two teams playing their best football. The best teams standing are here today. Game winning drive. When I score, I go for two. I don't believe in overtime. Put your hands up in the sky.
It's the final week of the IFL regular season, and the Vegas Nighthawks are playoff bound. Tonight they host upset-minded Tucson in a Western Conference matchup. It was all celebrations last week as Vegas clinched a second straight postseason berth with a blowout win over Northern Arizona, and the Nighthawks are fired up for another crack at the playoffs in 2025.
Super excited, especially I think for me and some of the guys that have been around last season. Last season was our first time going to the playoffs and getting back to where we were, unfinished business. You know, that meant the world to us, so we were super excited about that.
We're very excited. We knew if we win, we would get in. We've kind of made the road a little difficult this season, but it wasn't as difficult as last season where we had to win the last game to get in. So it's exciting going into another week already knowing you're going to get a playoff spot, and now we're just trying to get our seeding right in the playoffs.
Honestly, that's just what we expected all year after last year. Made it way harder on ourselves. But definitely nice that we clinched.
That's the context heading into tonight as we welcome you inside Lee's Family Forum. Alongside Justin Russo, I'm Ben Wilson. We'll send it down to Mariah Janos shortly. Vegas is in, but the seating is not completely set up. There's actually an outside chance Vegas could still host a playoff game in the Western Conference Finals, so a lot still on the line tonight despite that 4 seed in the moment being locked up for Vegas.
Yeah, the Nighthawks are looking toward that potential home playoff game, but they've got some work to do, and they need a little help to get there. San Diego Strike Force and Arizona Rattlers are going to play each other tomorrow. Vegas needs a win tonight and a San Diego loss to jump up to that 3 spot and play the Arizona Rattlers. If not, they're going to be facing the Bay Area Panthers in the first round of the postseason. But either way, a road trip next week for the first round of the playoffs. Nighthawks are happy to be in this tight Western Conference. That was step 1. Now we'll see if they can move up to that 3 spot.
A big reason why Vegas has already clinched one of those 4 spots in the Western Conference has been the record-setting play of Antonio Wimbush. 32 all-purpose touchdowns, by far breaking the new Nighthawks single-season record for non-quarterbacks this year. Not often you see numbers like that, Justin.
Not at all. He has been a special player and getting a lot of it done on special teams. 3-time special teams player of the week. Teams have pretty much stopped kicking to him on kickoffs, but he gets it done in a plethora of ways. There you see him down the field as a receiver. We know what he can do in the rush game, and those 32 touchdowns are impressive for number 6 in this Nighthawks team.
An average of over 2 TDs a game for the 5'9" running back. Meanwhile, the OC for the Nighthawks and former Tucson head coach is standing by with our Mariah Janos on the field.
All right, Hurtis, let's start with a very talented player you have on your offense, Antonio Wimbush, who has really just delivered, on the ground, on special teams. What has he brought to this unit, especially after being sidelined with injury last season?
Just a sense of leadership, a sense of calmness, a sense of somebody you can go to when it counts, who the team can depend on, because honestly, a lot of people don't see him off the field. So to speak on his character off the field, you only see what he exudes on the field. And he's just a wonderful human being who collectively we feel like he actually deserves an opportunity, on a bigger stage than this, because he's just a wonderful human being inside and out that brings a sense of confidence and leadership to this team.
Absolutely, and you must have a lot of fun with this receiving corps because they are so talented. Quentin Randolph is right up there with them, but just talk about the momentum that this group has as you guys approach the postseason.
So I can tell you a fun fact and an interesting story that I got a call randomly about 9 p.m. at night one time, and I was thinking something was wrong because it was a back-to-back call. I'm like, hello, what's going on? And Quentin Randolph was like, Coach, I just wanted to call and tell you I'm open. I'm like, okay. So when you say fun with these group of guys, but the experience with them, just the life lessons we talk about, we have meetings sometimes that's not about football, that's just about life and the growth and development of these young men, and they make the whole experience don't even feel like work. It's just a joyous moment with these guys day in and day out.
They make it fun for me, too. Now, this team that you guys are playing here this evening, Tucson, you are very familiar with them. You used to coach over there. What are you kind of instilling in your players knowing what you know about this organization?
It's just a never give up type of gritty type of team, So even though they have nothing to play on far as postseason, they're still going to come out here and give us a fight because it's just in them. They have a great coach, too, who comes from winning. So I attest that to him. But this team is going to come out here and give us all they got. But we accept the challenge. We know what we're trying to do going into the playoffs, how we're trying to feel, and what we're trying to, accomplish this season. So everything will work out just fine.
All right, Curtis, thank you so much. Guys, we'll send it back up to you.
Hey, thanks so much, Mariah. Not just the offense clicking on all cylinders, though. The defense, top 5 in points allowed this year. Justin, a big reason why. 3 mid-season acquisitions.
It's impressive to watch the way that this defense has changed throughout the season with some of the names you see on your screen. Bryce Hampton back after a breakout rookie season last year, coming off of a pick 6 last week. Chizzy Umanakwe has been a revelation. Came over from Northern Arizona, 8 tackles, 2 tackles for loss in just 2 games played. And Cam Bright averaging over 10 tackles per game. He has been extremely impressive in the middle of this defense.
Nighthawks will try to slow down a former Nighthawk quarterback, Jorge Reyna. He is the quarterback this year for Tucson after backing up Jerome Johnson a season ago. When we return, it is Tucson and Vegas. Kickoff coming up right after this.
'25 marks the 3rd year of the IFL's community-driven initiative with our partners at Build Your Base. It's called Game Time. Our mission is to empower our youth with essential nutritional knowledge. In 2024, our Game Time events engaged over 2,200 elementary-age children throughout our communities, sparking interest and understanding that feeling strong, feeling smart, and feeling good all start with good food. Learn more at buildyourbase.org.
Is it true that Lee's Liquor owns more locations than any other liquor store in the Valley?
Is it true that Lee's has the widest selection and best prices?
Is it true that when you scan the QR code at checkout, you get exclusive discounts at all Lee's Family Forum events?
Getting set for the regular season finale, Vegas Nighthawks hosting the Tucson Sugar Skulls Fan Appreciation Night as Vegas looks to reach double-digit wins for a second consecutive season. Captains heading out to midfield right now for the coin toss, second meeting of the year between Vegas and Tucson. A 59-55 win, Justin, the first time the Nighthawks met, and that was the start of a 3-week stretch that has seen the Nighthawks utilize both of their quarterbacks, not necessarily interchangeably, but a lot more than just your standard starter and backup, with Jerome Johnson getting some more run.
Exactly, and look, you want to get Jerome Johnson in the game any way you can, right? He's so dynamic back there with the way he can run the football. Hasn't had to really come in relief lately because Jaden Dehore has been so strong leading the offense, but it's such a nice thing to have in your back pocket if you're Mike Davis, that if you need a red zone package or if you need a specific play on 3rd or 4th down, you can go to number 2, and they've done that in the past few weeks.
Nighthawks win the coin toss. They will defer to the second half, so we will see the Tucson Sugar Skulls on the football first, and that former Nighthawk quarterback Jorge Reyna, who's had an outstanding year, 35 touchdowns in his 12 games after being signed mid-season. You see Mike Davis got the black hat on there for the Nighthawks, trying to get his Nighthawk franchise to 32-32 all-time. Justin, that would be the first time they've been at 500 since they were 2-2 in their first year as a franchise. Tells you how much they have improved after a couple of tough years out of the gates.
And people may have stopped believing after those first couple of years, but you have to trust in the program building that Mike Davis has done and the way he's turned this team around night and day the last couple of years, especially getting into the postseason. One of the top teams last year in that bracket, didn't get to win that playoff game, but entered this season as the top dogs. And though they've struggled a bit, Mike Davis has this team on the rails right now.
A win would give 80 career IFL wins for Mike Davis, who spent a good amount of time coaching the Nebraska Danger as well. And he goes way back with Billy Back, who is the head coach for Tucson, has won a National Arena League title with the Carolina Cobras back in 2018, but it's been a tough couple of years, 8-23 since he took over after a great run in Frisco where he went 29-6 the previous 2 years. Ben Derby taking the field with the rest of the Nighthawks, as it is Vegas and Tucson meeting for the 8th time all-time. Nighthawks lost 4 of the first 5 all-time meetings to the Sugar Skulls, but have won the last 2 meetings. As we'll talk about shortly in our keys to the game, Ben Derby, he had a massive influence on that first meeting down in Tucson. It was a 4-point win for Vegas, but Derby had a deuce on the opening kickoff, kicking in this exact same direction. He had a rouge as well, was perfect on PATs, and that proved to be the difference down the stretch as the left-footed kicker out of NAIA Kaiser University in Florida, having himself a great year after being signed in mid-April. Derby is ready, and off we go from Henderson. Final regular season game, and this one hits the underside of one of those metal beams, so it comes out to the 20-yard line.
First down, Tucson.
There is Jorge Reyna. Had a really nice year backing up an IFL MVP in Jerome Johnson. He actually came in relief against Tucson last year and had 2 touchdowns in 3 drives. You see the numbers, Justin. He's top 7 in the league in a lot of passing categories despite not being signed until week 3.
Yeah, put up a ton of numbers this season for Tucson, and though this team is out, we know all too well that down the end of the season, you're looking to put up those numbers. You're looking to audition for a spot next year, whether it's on this team or others across the league.
Reyna fakes the keeper, drops back, airs it out on the first play, and it's broken up into the first row of the stands. What a battle in the secondary as Jerome Buckner and Trayvon Jones collide and then have the ball broken up.
Well, Trayvon Jones coming off of a game where he had 8 tackles, getting right into the action here. Reyna goes to test him, a little bit underthrown. Buckner running out of space there at the back of the end zone, almost intercepted right away for Jones, but the Sugar Skulls offense lives to fight another down.
Reyna slinging it again and off the hands of his intended target, Jerome Buckner. First 2 pass attempts right at his previously leading wide receiver. Time for our keys to the game, brought to you by Finley Toyota. We'll do anything to sell you a car. Special teams staying hot. We mentioned that already, Justin, with Ben Derby, and defensively got a lot of opportunities tonight against a Tucson team that has been susceptible to the turnover.
And the other two phases of the game outside offense really raising the floor for this Nighthawks team. A pick six last week, a kick return touchdown. It's been the special teams and the defense that has been propping up an already good offense.
3rd and 10 out of the shoot. Reyna flushed, flag down as he zips it high again, looking for Buckner. Flag in the area of an offensive hold, and Reyna took a shot on the back end from Chizi Umanakwe.
Holding, offense number 55. The penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
First time we hear from our head referee, Jace Carlson, that holding penalty on Cody Ballig. Nighthawks declined the penalty, so a 4th and 10, and immediately decision time.
Tough start out of the gates for Tucson. The hold on Ballig, as you mentioned, and it was Claude Davis trying to work his way around to get to the quarterback, and already looks like they're going to go for the 3 instead of trying for the 10 yards.
This Audi 4th down. Visit your Las Vegas Audi dealer today, as Kevin Macias, former Nighthawk kicker, has made his last 6 field
going faster again. But I'll probably do it half the time, but still, it's gonna be like 5 hours.
I don't understand how you missed one day of school.
What?
I don't understand how you missed one day of school and you're that far behind. Oh.
And everyone did this before. It's just they failed the test on it. Because they didn't get happy notes, so I'm getting good notes. Yeah, I agree.